All right, welcome. I am so excited about what we're digging into today because we're not just learning something new, we're really going on a journey right into the heart of creation itself. We're going to look at a few words that are so fundamental, they're basically etched into the DNA of the world. But we're going to see them through a completely different lens, a lens that reveals a cosmic secret that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
You know the words, right? Let there be light. It's maybe the most famous line ever. It's the ultimate act of creation. That first divine command that just shatters the silence and, poof, brings light out of absolute nothingness. It's the story we all think we know, something from nothing. Darkness gets totally wiped out by a single spoken phrase.
But here's the thing. What if that's not even close to the real story? What if the Zohar, in its usual beautifully cryptic way, basically hands us a secret key? A key that unlocks a totally different understanding, not just of this one verse, but of how reality itself actually works. It's a radical idea that challenges our most basic assumption about creation.
And this is the secret. The Zohar just drops this bombshell on us, or Dekvar Hava, the light that already was. Just let that sink in for a second. The light wasn't created out of thin air. It wasn't some new thing brought into existence. It was a revelation of something that was already there, just hidden. Okay, so to really get this, we have to first understand what was there before the light showed up.
See, the Zohar doesn't start where you'd think, not with darkness, not with a void or a vacuum. It begins with a concept that's way more subtle, way more profound. It begins with something it calls Avir, a kind of supernal or celestial air. This is the primordial canvas of existence.
So what is this Avirat? Well, the texts describe it as a hidden of the hidden state. And first off, it is not empty space. Not at all. The best way to think of it is like a translucent, shimmering, vibrating ether. It's pure, undifferentiated potential. I mean, everything that could ever possibly exist is in there, just held in this silent, latent state before it has any form or any definition. It's the raw, untapped potential of the infinite, the Ein Sof.
So try to picture this with me for a second. It's not blackness. It's more like a supersaturated field of pure information, this silent hum of infinite possibility. Every star, every galaxy, every thought you could ever have, every single soul, all of it is contained within this Avir. It's just not expressed yet. It's the ultimate latency. It's like the universe's hard drive before you've even installed the operating system. Okay, so you've got this ocean of pure potential, but it can't just sit there, right? For it to start becoming, well, something, it needed a catalyst. It needed one single focused point of intention to basically pierce that undifferentiated canvas of its seer. And that catalyst, the Zohar tells us, is hidden in the secret of a single Hebrew letter.
The Yud. That's it. It's the smallest of all the Hebrew letters, really just a single, dimensionless point. But in Kabbalah, this isn't just a character for writing. It is the primal point. It's the indivisible seed of all consciousness, of all existence. It represents the very first contraction of the infinite into a single thought, or a kernel of being.
So here's how the Zohar paints the picture. It says the infinite, the Ein Sof, first kind of cleaved the Avir, and inside of it, it revealed this one single hidden point, the Yud. Now, this point represents the supernal principle of Chokhmah, or wisdom, which is associated with Abba, the supernal father. It's the first seed of an idea, that hidden spark of pure intention that now just flickers inside the vast passive ocean of the Avir.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got our two main players, this massive, shimmering field of all potential, the Avir, and hidden inside it, we have this tiny, supercharged spark of consciousness, the Yud. So, how in the world do these two things interact to give us the command, let there be light? This, my friends, is where the Zohar reveals its most elegant and just breathtaking secret.
And this is the payoff. This is the moment everything clicks into place. And it's not an act of creation like we normally think of it. It's an act of revelation, a change of state. And the entire secret is encoded almost like a secret code in the very letters of the words themselves. It's incredible.
Okay, just look at the screen for a second. This is mind-blowing. The Hebrew word for that supermol air is Avir. It's spelled Aleph, Vav, Yud, Resh. Now, look at the Hebrew word for light. It's Or, spelled Aleph, Vav, Resh. Do you see it? The word for light, Or, is literally inside the word for air, Avir. The only thing separating them, the only difference, is that one single letter, the Yud.
So what does this all mean?
It means the command, let there be light, isn't about making something new from scratch. It's describing a process. It is the act of taking the potential state, Avir, and removing or revealing that catalytic point, the Yud, from inside of it. When you take the Yud out of Avir, what's left behind is Or, light. The light was always there, totally latent within the potential of the air. The divine act was just to activate it and let it shine. And here's a tech analogy that just nails it, I think. Imagine Avir is a massive, latent cloud computing network, just pure potential processing power. The Yud is a single hidden kernel process, the seed of a program. When that process gets activated, it doesn't create new servers or new hardware. It uses the potential that's already in the cloud to produce a visible output on the screen, and that's the light, the Or. And the Zohar tells us the source engines for all this are the supernal principles of Abba, the father, who provides the seed, and Imma, the mother, who just states that seed and brings it out into a revealed form.
But here's a crucial point. This whole process, it wasn't a one-and-done deal at the beginning of time. Nope. The Zohar says this is happening right now, constantly. It's the fundamental, ongoing process that pulses at the very heart of all existence. It's a cosmic rhythm that defines reality itself.
And this rhythm has a name, Medi Velo Medi. It's an Aramaic phrase that means reaching and not reaching. It describes the constant, rhythmic oscillation of that catalytic Yud. You can literally think of it as the universe breathing in and out. It's this constant pulse between a state of pure, hidden potential and a state of revealed, actualized light.
So in the Metzi, or reaching phase, boom, the Yud flickers into revelation. A potential becomes actual. The instruction gets executed. The Avir transforms into Or. A wave collapses into a particle. A thought flashes into your consciousness. This is the moment of expression, of becoming real. And then, just as quickly, it recedes. That's the low meti, or not reaching phase. The point goes back into hiding, returning to its concealed state within the vastness of the Avir. The light resolves back into potential. And this isn't an end, it's just a return to the source, getting ready for the next pulse. This rhythm, this incredible flickering, governs absolutely everything, from how spiritual worlds emanate down to the very way our own minds perceive reality.
I know this can sound pretty out there, so let's try two modern analogies to ground it. For all the gamers watching, think of it like the fog of war on a map. The entire world is already programmed. That's Avir. The Yud is your character's viewpoint, your line of sight, which makes a piece of that map visible. That's Or. Or for the engineers, it's a process that sounds a lot like quantum physics. You have a field of potential, Avir, that collapses into a measurable particle Or the moment it's observed or measured, the Yud, and then it resolves back into that field of potential. Okay, so this is all fascinating cosmic stuff, right? But what does it have to do with us? Well, everything. The Zohar teaches that these giant macrocosmic processes have a direct parallel inside the microcosm of our own experience. So this isn't just about how the universe was made, it's about how your universe is made, moment by moment.
Think about it. Every single aha moment you've ever had, every time an idea just popped into your head, it follows this exact pattern. You have a vast sea of subconscious knowledge and potential. That's your personal Avar. Then a flash of insight, a focus point of attention. That's your Yud, emerges. And in that instant, a new idea, a new perception, the solution to a problem becomes crystal clear. It becomes revealed light. Or, it didn't come from nowhere. It was revealed from the potential that was already inside you.
And this chart really drives the point home. That huge blue bar, that's the world of Avir, that infinite potential that's all around and inside us. That tiny, sharp red bar, that's the Yud, that little catalytic moment of focus or insight. And the yellow bar is the Or, the revealed reality that emerges from it. Look at how much potential is required just to produce one single moment of revealed light. It shows us that a world of possibility is always there, just waiting for that simple, focused point of attention to bring it into reality.
So let's land the plane with this final thought. The Zohar isn't just giving us a cosmology lesson. It's handing us an instruction manual for our own lives, for our own creativity. It's telling us that the world of potential, the Avir, is always here. The light isn't something we have to create from scratch. It's already there, waiting. The only thing it needs is the catalyst, that focused point of our will, of our insight, of our attention, the Yud. So what hidden potential in your own world is just sitting there in a state of Avir, waiting for you to introduce that spark and allow it to become Or?
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.